Hello, some people have asked me how to repot different types of succulent to help them on what to do because their succulent is dying, and how what soil to use when repotting. Anyway, I will show you. I'm going to repot my burrito's tail. They're growing fast, and they do, if like as you can see, they need to be repotted in a bigger pot because they cannot stand on their own, and they keep on like falling now. So that's how you know that it already needs repotting before it causes damage to the plant. Anyway, I don't like my hands getting dirty because just in case Sebastian, my son, cries, I could just easily take it off and then pick him up. Anyway, I've got two types of soil. I've got a cocoa peat soil, which is I always use 70% of cocoa peat, and compost soil. And these is about 30%, so 70% cocoa peat and then 30% compost soil. Some people use perlite as well. Perlite is like it looks like a rock, but it's like a white it looks like a white rock, and basically it retains the water. It absorbs the water and it retains it, so you don't have to worry about over watering your plants or your succulent. However, I don't use them. I used to use them last year when I started. I'll show you. Actually, when I started planting different types of succulents, I started looking after them. However, I like looking at my plants and seeing updates, so I don't really use perlite nowadays, but it looks like so if you just type in Google perlite, if you want to use that, I advise perlite for those people that kept on saying to me that their succulent is dying. Anyway, so you mix them until you're satisfied that they're like well mixed. I use cocoa peat because they don't retain water. They don't what's it called, and they go dry quite quick, and that's what, for succulents, that's what they need. They don't like their roots being being submerged in water quite a lot. So perlite and cocoa peat is the best composting soil mix that you can use. You can also buy those pre-mixed already, but I like to do the hard way. Anyway, I will start with this one. As you can see, there we go. So I will break them easily. Oh, there we go. I break the soil that was there before, and then I'm left with just the roots, if you can see, because if you leave it as that, if you can see, and plant them in a bigger pot like this with the soil, I find that the roots will not venture, or will not extend to the new soil, and it will stay this way. So I'd rather break them off so that the roots will explore the new soil, and it will grow, the roots will grow bigger. There we go. So I break the old soil. As you can see, I also use like eggshells. Eggshell is a good alternative fertilizer because they have a lot of calcium for the roots. So there we go. See, you're left with just the roots. But when you're trying to break the soil, just be gentle, because the soil, some of the succulents roots tend to break quite easily. Anyway, I'll repot this one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a perlite. Here's an example of a perlite when I used to use it. Wait a second. As you can see, there we go. It's white, so it looks like a rock, but I'm sure it's not a rock. And then it absorbs the water when there's too much water in the soil, and then I guess it releases the water slowly afterwards. So they're really good for I guess for when you're trying to when you're panicking that you're overwatering the plants. Okay. Another thing is make sure that your plant pot is well, it has a lot of holes, or it drains quite quick, because some of them, like this one, doesn't have much drainage. So basically, if it doesn't have that, then just poke it. Like I said before, succulents, they don't like sitting on the water for a long time. It causes the roots to rot. So there we go. You have a lot of holes already. Anyway, so I'm mixing the old soil with the new soil. It's still good to use. Anyway, so get that. Fill it up halfway, and then make a dent in the middle, and then just small dent, and then pop it in. If you can see, you popped it in, and then just naturally, because this one's quite small, so I'll put 3/4. Pop it in, then small dent in the middle, like you see, and then pop this in, and then press lightly. You can see I pressed it lightly so that the roots will be bound with the new soil, and then just top it up, top up the surrounding. And then you don't need to press the other one. I mean the top up soil, you don't need to press it. So there we go. That's your that's how you repot a succulent. And this is called burro's tail or donkey's tail. Anyway, I hope I've helped some people on how to repot their plants and how to help you guys.